Hi there everybody, it's Rarity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you very much for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. Now today's card is a sketch challenge which I'm doing for the ink.stamp.share blog hop. Please do click in the description bar below for a link to my blog post, and within that there'll be a heap of other links for you to hop through and see what other people have done with the same sketch. Okay, so you'll see a picture of that in the blog post, but this is the layout that we're working to. The challenge actually draws it out in a landscape format, but you know me and landscape, we aren't best friends, so I like portrait cards, so I've adapted it to be a portrait card. I've used a lot of heart stamp set and the coordinating mini hearts dies to create some of the elements and the sentiment. And the paper here is the Artistry Blooms designer series paper, and so that will be leaving the annual catalogue excuse me at the end of April, with the new catalogue launching at the beginning of May. So when I was filming with this, the paper was still available, but obviously this could work with any designer series paper. You just switch out the elements to coordinate with the design. So I am using the same paper pack to recreate the sample, but I've just pulled out one of the other colourways. So this uses I think it's rich raspberry, there's Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight, and really bright colour palette in there. I've gone for one of the other ones in here, so we've got some rich raspberry, some gorgeous grape, and Night of Navy, which are incorporated into this design. The colours have been washed out, so they do look a little different, but that's the colourway that they've pulled together for us. So we're going to start off with a white card base, and I've already cut a layer of the layer of the designer series paper for the background. So we will get that, and this tape runner is going to run out, so I'm going to have to get a new tape runner out in a moment, and we'll just lay this onto this white card base. So this is our thick basic white cardstock that I always make my card bases with, and I have cut that lengthways at 4 1/8 of an inch and scored it at 5 7/8 of an inch, and the DSP layer is 4 inches wide by 5 3/4. So that's our base card. Excuse me, I'm really sorry, I've got a real fog in my throat. It was fine a minute ago, and then I pressed the button to record the video, and now it's all crackly. Got another white layer here, which is 1/2 inch shorter, so it's 3 1/2 inches across by 5 1/4, and then we've got this small piece of designer series paper that we're going to stick to the bottom there. So that's just 1/8 of an inch narrower, and it's cut to 2 3/4, I think. But again, you know, this is all very, you can adjust this as you want. You may want this deeper, shorter, whichever you like. So I should say that the paper pattern that I've used here, I've lost right there in front of my face and I couldn't see it. This particular designer series paper is actually the reverse of the ones I used on the original sample. So I just flipped it over, cut it again, and you can get a completely different card from that. So my tape runner just ran out, so I'm just going to grab one of the Stampin' Seal refill packets. Now it is resealable if you want, but I don't bother resealing mine. I think that was a feature added in because we have demonstrators all over the world in different climates, and I think people in hot places were finding it tricky, and the glue was getting all gooed up and stuff. So you open up your clam case, remove your old insert, pop the new one on. The little cogs there are quite clear where you need to put it. Push your case back together, just run it along to where the glue starts, and we are good to go. So really easy to replace those cartridges, no bother whatsoever. Okay, right, this bit needs a little bit of ribbon added around the back. Now I did stick with the Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon because one, I love it, and two, I didn't really have anything else that really coordinated with the colours, and I thought it was close enough. So we're going to wrap that round the middle there, and I've cut off way more than I need, but that's fine. And that glue just keeps that in place on the back, just secures it. For us. Okay, and just adds that nice strip across there, and we can now add that to our base. Just go gentle with your new rollers. Put this the right way up and position that on the card, trying to get that border on the background as even as you can. Just like that. Okay, so that's our base done. We also needed some banners, so these are 2-inch strips of cardstock and matching paper that I've used here. And I've cut in those banner ends. Now the tailored tag, the triple banner is retiring, but you can do these banner ends with your tailored tag, and I just want to take off a bit more on this. So if you just line up the cardstock inside the punch like that and cut that, you get a really nice banner end on your project. Okay, so that's going on like so. We can position that too. Always find that my when I put my new cartridge into my tape runner, it just misbehaves just a little bit, and then once you've done a few runs with it, it starts to behave again. You could tidy up the edge with that with a blend marker or something like that, but I'm not going to worry about that for today. Now in the card sketch, this is actually off to the side, so in my sample card I put this thin banner off to the left, which is how it's sort of depicted in the sketch. But a sketch is just a sort of jumping board for ideas, so I'm going to be a rebel and put this on in the centre like so. Okay, and then that's forming the basis of our card base. So for our decorative elements then, I'm going to bring in this little sort of spotty heart, and I've got the sentiment thank you, and we are going to do a bit of stamping and die cutting. So I've got a scrap of rich raspberry that we're going to cut out one of our larger hearts on, and then we're going to use a bit of our basic white to stamp our heart, which I'm going to do in rich raspberry too. So we'll just do that, light tapping on the ink pad, down and up. I don't ink that quite so well, but it's alright, it's fine, it will do. There we are. So we can just die cut these elements out using our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So just take a minute to line that up. Get those spots on there. Take that down and we'll just put that onto our cutting plate. We can do both of those at the same time, so let's just do that. Another cutting plate on top and roll those through. Okay, so that's our stamped heart there. Just peel away that tape really gently. So there's that, and we've got our rich raspberry heart as well. Just bear in mind there is a right way up and a wrong way up to a die. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see that there's this nice sort of rounded edge on that side, whereas it's kind of a sharp edge on this side, so that's your nice side if you like. Okay, so we're going to layer that together. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put them flat on here but raise them up on here, I think. But I might want to just make sure my sentiment's going to fit where I want it to first. So we'll just nest those together like so, and they're going to go on there. Definitely want a couple of dimensionals behind those, I think. So we'll just run them down the middle, but not put it into place just yet until we've put our sentiment in. So I'm going to use my Night of Navy, and I want to stamp the greeting across that banner. So if I do that first, make sure that's lined up. So the Night of Navy ink is going to show up reasonably well on that designer series paper, I think. So I'm just going to do that. Let's come out reasonably straight, it looks like, anyway. So now we've got that in place, we can put this down without fear of covering it up. You could put it on the wonk if you want. Make it all look nice straight, like so. And then the other thing in the sketch was a trio of little embellishments of some kind. So what I've done is I've taken my rhinestones and I've used my dark Night of Navy Stampin' Blend to colour those and make them tie in with the rest of the design. So that's what we've done there, and they're going to squeeze in here. Just use the little teeny tiny ones. So if we do the edge ones and then make the centre one fit in between, they will look super duper. Get them in the right place. And there we have that. So I think that is just lovely. Variation on a theme. All sort of jump boards for producing a layout for a card, but just by using those two different colourways of paper we can make it look very different, and just sort of messing about with the sketch. So all the elements are there, we just repositioned them slightly as a, like I say, as a springboard for creativity, really. Just a quick reminder, this is part of a blog hop. Please check in the description for my blog post, which will have the links to the other participants. Do check it out. It's one I've not joined in on before, so it's going to be a lot of different people on there. So yeah, hope you enjoy that. Thanks ever so much for watching today. Stay safe out there. Bye.